Great, thanks everybody for being here. Coach, do you have any opening remarks?
Nope, let's get right to it.
Ryan, anything?
Rico, have you ever been part of a game that has 2 penalty shots called?
No, it was definitely a first for me. And both really good moves for goals. I give Doan credit and Jenner credit for under pressure making that kind of a move on a goaltender and a penalty shot was they were pretty good moves.
In Friday's game, do you feel like the major penalty was kind of the turning point in the third period, or what do you think happened there?
In the first period, you mean?
I don't know. I guess I was trying to keep track of the stats because I wasn't able to watch it, so the best I could.
I actually think the major penalty called on Ernest in the first period was the turning point. We felt like we started the game off really well. We had a shorthanded breakaway that their goalie made a big save on. And then we get a 5-minute penalty for, what I would say was probably a questionable call, but that's the way it goes. And I think that 5-minute penalty really killed our momentum, our rhythm of the game. Guys don't play. Our penalty killers are out there the whole time. They've got a dynamic power play. So it really just kind of deflated us a little bit. I thought we came out in the second and did a better job of trying to play our game and not play their game a little bit. And we had, they had some 2-on-1s. We had a 4-on-1. We had a 2-on-1. We didn't capitalize. And then they did. And so that was that for the second period. And then the third period, we took a really undisciplined penalty that put us down with the 5-minute major that you're talking about. But at that point, I felt like we were really out of sorts anyway. And, so it wasn't our best game. I thought we still battled. I thought our engagement was still really good. It just wasn't our night in terms of, things going our way. But, on the flip side, I thought Saturday night we played really well. Couple of bad turnovers that led to their goals. Game goes into overtime and, anything could happen at that point. But I thought we played really well on Saturday. Really good response from our team.
How do you think Trotter played on the weekend? There were from what I heard, he was looking pretty sharp over the course of
he was sharp. He was good. No problems there. No worries on that end. Like I said, Saturday night, I thought that the 2 really major turnovers that led to their goals and one just defensive breakdown that maybe happens once every 4 or 5 games. And it just happened at the wrong time for us on Saturday. And then their best player, Master Simone, an unbelievable play in overtime. That's what good hockey players do. And he's as good as anybody in the country when it comes to those one-on-one situations. So, but other than that, I thought we played really well on Saturday.
They're coming back here to the cold after a nice weekend in Arizona. So, what do you got going on with Mankato this weekend? They always give you a tough battle.
Well, it's as sunny as it was in Arizona. The temperature's a little bit different, but I think Minnesota State's got their groove going. They haven't lost a game in the new year, so they're playing really well and not shocking to any of us, I don't think. So it'll be we got to go up there and play in a hostile environment on Friday and play our game and compete and do the things that we need to do to give ourselves the best chance, and then we'll regroup and see what we need to do on Saturday here.
Rico, your power play, your penalty kill has been particularly sharp. I think it's something like 32 out of 33 here in the last 8 games. And I think the one that you gave up was the 5-minute, if you were 4 minutes in or something.
Yeah.
Is there something, I know you talk about just those little things. Is this a good example of that? Just, what goes into a really good power, a penalty kill?
Well, I think you got to sacrifice, you got to be in shot lanes, your goaltender has to be your best penalty killer. I think we've had a little bit of all of that, commitment to outwork in the power play. Sometimes the power play wants to have it cute, and if guys are on their toes and getting good clears and face offs. So there's a process to that as well. And for the most part, this last month, I think our guys have really bought into that. So Coach Hayward's done a great job with the PK, and on the flip side, our power plays had some really good looks. They just haven't finished. And so we need to get a little bit better at the power play. But you know, I was writing down some stats today, and you know, we've played 26 games. 21 of those games have been tied, leading, or down by one going in the third period. That tells me our process has been pretty good for most of the year, and we just got to continue to focus on that and make sure that we're not getting too ahead of ourselves, or you know, worrying about things that have happened in the past. You got to be in the moment, especially at this time of the year. We're going into February now. It's a short month, and then playoffs start. So you start to kind of hone in on be in the moment, focus on your shift, and be ready for your next one. And really, that's going to be the message going in.
Any final questions from anybody?
Maybe a question from an Anchor point of view. I just don't know much about it. ASU being kind of on an island over there in collegiate hockey, did you notice a different style of play and maybe a different style the game was called, or was it just the same old hockey that you've been playing all year?
Well, you know, if anybody's watched ASU all year, you know that they're as skilled as anybody in the country. They play a very offensive minded, kind of a run and gun, get everybody involved in the offense. You know, they've beaten some really good teams this year. And so their skill level is pretty high. I think the fact that they don't, you know, that's their style and has been for a while, it might be a little bit different than some of the teams we've played recently. You know, but I don't consider them any different than anybody else. It's tough for them right now because they don't play in a league. So they've got to win games to get in as an at-large team. And so the pressure's a little bit different for them. So they might push a little bit harder, might take a few more chances maybe. I don't know. That'd be something you have to discuss with their staff. But from our point of view, when we pre-scouted them, we knew that they were going to be a team that was going to come after us in waves, and we had to play good team defense and take care of the puck, which we did most of the time on Saturday, with the exception of those couple of turnovers that they made us pay for. And that was part of the discussion that we had going into it. It will be part of the discussion we have going into this weekend too. I mean, you look at Mankato's lineup, they're as good as anybody in the country, right? So you have to take care of the puck. You got to play good team defense. And you gotta be in the moment and play hard.
Final comments, Coach?
Nope.
All right.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Scott.